Hi, everybody. This is DearMamaSal, and we are live on a Friday evening. Um, Pat, the reason you couldn't see me or hear me is because I hadn't gone live yet. I was merely chit-chatting in the chat column. All right, everybody, and I just want to welcome Cole. Cole, I don't believe we've met before, or maybe under a different name. Hi, Isabel. Good to see you. Hi, Jody. Hi, Charlotte. Congratulations. For those of you who didn't see it, Charlotte did her personal best on a 10K last week. And so big round of applause on that one. You've done a great job on that, Charlotte. Really proud of you. So, Cole, I just want to know whether you've been watching the vlogs or whether we just need to give you a couple of directions. For those of you who are watching for the first time, let me just tell you this, that I know the viewers pretty well here, and they are all here, and I will quote them every now and then. If you are new to the broadcast and on the chat, I will probably ask you whether it's okay to repeat what it is that you have said, because it will go live, and that's really important. You've been watching. Well, hi, nice to meet you at long last. I'm not sure what brought you in today, but I'm certain it's the right day for you to be here. That I do know. You know, life is really strange like that. First of all, I'd like to give a really big thank you to Jody. You know, part of what I do on the broadcast is to tell you about my real life, and then, so that we can talk around it. Somewhere between um somewhere between clicking off the broadcast and now, my life has been fairly hectic. And so you lost your mom. Cole, I'm really, really sorry to hear that. That's a very difficult place to be, and there are lots of us in the room that have had that happen to us, so we know the void. Was it fairly recent? Ah, it's Vicky. Sorry, I've just read that. Okay. So yes, it's fairly recent. Vicky, be very gentle with yourself. And luckily, that's my topic for tonight, not by chance, I'm sure. It's all about, yeah, it's all about being gentle with yourself. I'm sure that other people in the room will tell you the same thing. It takes a long time to readjust after the loss of somebody as close to you as a mother. And, if you haven't had anybody else in your life that close that has gone, then you have lots of learning to do. It's never going to be easy. It just will be different. And that's really the bottom line of this. It takes time. I say the same with anybody that is dealing with loss. It just takes time. You're going to have to go through the first birthdays, the first Christmases, the first whatevers. And then the second one is not easy, but it gets slightly easier. And then the third one and fourth one, my mom's been gone 20 years, and I still feel it on certain days. And so, just be gentle with yourself. And that actually is the first thing I wanted to say. Be gentle with yourself because you're doing the best you can. And hi there, Kimmy. Good to see you. I would say that anybody who's lost a parent here, and particularly a mother, for some people, losing their father is more impactful to them because they were daddy's girl. But, for a lot of us, losing our mothers is very, very difficult because that was the person we always went to. And so I would definitely say take a year to be gentle with yourself. One of the things they say, Vicky, is don't make any major decisions this year. Do you know what I mean? In terms of your life, try not to buy anything, sell anything, or do whatever, if you can help it, or do it very slowly. In other words, don't make any rash decisions. Does that make sense, Vicky? And the reason is because your emotions will be totally out of control. And Yeah. And so any I want to tell you, anytime you want to join the broadcast, you are more than welcome to be here. And we will support you as best we can. Is there anything specific other than the grief that we can help you with today? And if so, I will try and just wind that in to oh no, sweetie, I just want to send you the biggest hug, and I know it's very tender, and I'll try and get the spotlight off you in a minute, but it's just that you need to know that we understand. And part of the reason why we run Dear Mama Sal is so that we can talk about these things and help one another through these difficult times. I was just saying that between the two broadcasts, a couple of things happened. For those of you who were at the lunchtime broadcast, we again had an audio problem, and so a big round of applause yet again to Jody, who helped me identify where the problem was. It concerned me because we had the problem last week and we had it again this week. That made me think maybe it wasn't YouTube, maybe it was my computer. And through a process of step by step, we managed to find out it is my one USB port. And so, do you understand that I didn't have to spend time trying to isolate it today? I could have spent time tomorrow. But you know, tomorrow I'm going out to lunch with, for those of you who know Dougie, we have a postponed Mother's Day lunch tomorrow. And the reason that it is a postponed Mother's Day is he knows that I hate to wait in line, and so does he. So we never do Mother's Day on Mother's Day. You know, everybody else can do Mother's Day Sunday and stand in line, be my guest. We always delay it so that we don't have to stand in line. So we're going tomorrow. And so that was, you know, okay, fine. I need to get this fixed today because I won't necessarily have time tomorrow. Does that make sense to everybody? So that was, or at least I need to take another step. You know, I'm all about taking one more step. Maybe I can find out, you know, which port it is, or maybe I can find out whether it's my earphones. And but for that, I need help. 10K Dougie. Yes, you know 10K Dougie. All right. For those of you who don't know that story, Dougie is one of my adopted sons. And his company decided to go in for a 10K run. And they all trained for 6 months or whatever it was, ready for this thing. And at the very last moment, somebody dropped out and they went to Doug and they said, Doug, we need another member of our team. And he said, uh-huh. And they said, no, we need you to run. And he went, oh, okay. Now, I don't think he even had runners, did he? Or whatever it was. Maybe he had runners, but that was it. They weren't running proper running shoes. And he went and ran a 10K and beat most of his workmates. That was the funny thing, with no training whatsoever. And, you know, but you have to know Dougie to understand that one. So thank you, Charlotte. Nice memory. Anyway, so I wanted to say that he wasn't even remotely prepared to do a 10K run, but he did it. So this is the whole point that I'm trying to get to, which is I am certain that Vicky was not at all prepared in her real life, you know, for what just happened to her. And so sometimes life throws these things at us, and the best thing we can do is to be gentle with ourselves and go, yeah, I wasn't particularly prepared for this, but let me do the best I can. All right? Be gentle with yourself. You're doing the best you can. Now, a year from now, you may be able to look back and say, well, I could have done that a bit better. Well, that's with a year's more experience. And some of us don't have the luxury of that yet. So now what happened was Jody and oh, by the way, I needed to isolate it, and I couldn't isolate audio without somebody on the other side. So Jody was kind enough to help me. Do you understand? I can go onto YouTube, but I can't tell if you guys can hear me or not. So I needed somebody who could be my ears on the other side to let me know if the audio was working. So I really thanked her for her time, and it was very, very generous of her. And it probably took us about an hour or so to get it all figured out. And Jodie's saying it was a pleasure to help, as it always is with her. But even so, I am very appreciative, Jodie, because I couldn't do it on my own. And you know how much I hate to ask for help. Do any of you relate to that? Asking for help is not my strong thing. I like to be able to fix things myself, but there's some things that I just need to have help on. So then I went, okay, fine. That took a little bit longer than I wanted, but never mind. Never mind. I can do this. And so now I can relax and concentrate on what I'm going to do for this evening's broadcast. Because I normally spend Friday afternoon working on what I want to talk about on Friday evening. That's my sort of plan, right? And I was just about to start on it when I got an email from my realtor, and they said, "Can we show the house at 5:30 tomorrow?" Now, for those of you who don't know, I'm in the process of selling my house. For the last year, I've been in the process of downsizing, getting ready to sell it. I am now past that stage, one step at a time. I just took the step over from downsizing, getting ready to sell, to I am now selling my house. And they suddenly said, would I be ready? Would it be okay for 5:30 tomorrow? Now, you already know I'm going to lunch tomorrow with Dougie. So that sort of takes out a lot of my day. and and so how many of you can imagine the feeling inside when they said, would that be okay with you? There's part of me that wanted to say no, because I don't have enough time. And then I had to be gentle with myself and go, something, so maybe you need to keep in mind what you're trying to do here. You're trying to sell your house. Maybe a good idea to let people see it if you want to do that. Make sense? So you just did the same, Vicky. Okay, that's a big thing to do. So what I did was I just said, I think the best thing you can do right now is to breathe. And what you're going to do is you're going to go and find some food. Because you haven't had anything to eat today, you're going to go and find some food and have some food and relax a bit. And then what you're going to do is to quickly go around the house and see what needs to be done. Oh, Charlotte's also been in the selling a home process. Ah, interesting. Yes, very sudden. Zig, and they zag. Yes, I had one showing for yesterday. In fact, two showings yesterday, both canceled. And so you have to learn to be pretty flexible. But I thought you might like to see. I thought you might like to see how I am set up to do this. Would any of you be interested in that? Because to me, this is about, if you can see what I'm up to, maybe it will help some of you if you're going to do it for somebody else. I'm going to show you this picture. Oops, let me try and get the angle right so you can see. These are the plates that are ready to go on my front deck. These are the cushions in plastic. I've just got them in plastic there at the moment that are ready to go onto the chairs on my front deck. This is my folding table, which will go onto my deck with this tablecloth over it. And if you look really carefully, okay, this is the candle that will go into the middle of the sorry, this is the candle that'll go in the middle of the table, and these are the weights for the tablecloth. Yes, so I can stage it quickly to look good, all right? So what I can do is I can just quickly now, I don't want to do it tonight because it looks like it's going to rain. So I thought I'd show you that. Now this is, some of you know this picture. This is where I'm sitting right now. Hang on a second, let me get this angle right for you. I'm sitting right here, and that's the computer, I'm looking at it here. But this is my dining room table. It's all set, ready to show. And all I will do is take this out tonight and push these things into their right places. Can you see it's all set up, ready to go? All right, all I have to do is to move this grouping here over here and just sort those over there. So that's sort of like a 1-minute job, okay? Is this interesting to you? This is it from the other side. I don't know if you can see it. Oh, no, I don't know if you can see that better from that one. All right, so it's only a couple of things. And by the way, those flowers, of course, are my dried flowers from inside. All right. Now then, this is my part of my back deck. Now, what I want you to see is I've already got the cushions in plastic out there, right? So tomorrow I will just take them out of the plastic, put the plastic underneath, and it'll all be set to go. And then inside my kitchen door, I have got a book and a mug. And the book will go on the table. You see the table here between the two rocking chairs? Okay. So what I will do is put the book and the mug on the table. And basically, that is what I'm doing. Does that all make sense? So how much time do you think those two things will take? There is something beeping, Kimmy's saying. I'm sure there is. Don't know what it is, but it'll have to carry on because I'm busy with you guys right now. All right. Um, I'm not going to leave soft music playing. I understand that some people like that, but I know some people don't. You know, some people really don't like music at all, and that is not what my realtor has asked me to do, so I'm not going to do it. But I thank you for the idea. Um, to me, it's just like, you know, you put the wrong music on, people just, you know, get turned off by the music. So I would rather not do that. You know, they sort of go, oh gosh, elevator music, right? And they concentrate on the music. But you know, I totally get it, Nana. I understand why somebody would do it. Yeah. Oh, the beeping is in your house, Kimmy, not in mine. Okay. I didn't think I could hear it, but I was prepared to believe you. All right, so Nana is left saying she left her piano playing softly and she sold it in 2 weeks. Do you think you sold your house because of the piano music? That's what I'm hearing. Or could that have been a coincidence? Maybe if it hadn't been playing, you could have sold it in 1 week. There's also that possibility, Nana. But yes, I totally understand that. Um, I just think it's great that you did sell it in that time, Nana, and I'm very, very happy with you. Good night, Charlotte. Thank you for being here. And again, congratulations. Great job done. So, the point that I wanted to make is, can you guys see that if I am gentle with myself and if I concentrate on staying kind to myself, I just need to be organized. All right. I don't need to be stressed. I need to be organized. So, one of the all right, Nana, she actually loved piano. In fact, you know, you gave her your real piano, and Rick said I couldn't bring three. Yeah, I understand that you found a buyer that liked the piano. Well done. Right? And you see, that's the whole thing. I might find a buyer that likes peace and quiet. You know, it's really strange how different things, but I understand what you did, and I know you're telling me that to try and help me. For you, it worked. There you go. That's right. I certainly will discuss it with my realtor and see if that's what she wants. I would have to leave my computer on, and I don't know if I want to do that because everything that makes music, I left my boombox I gave to the homeless man. And so, for those of you who don't know, I sold my trailer last week, and it's gone to a homeless man. And I left, actually, it was one of the things I went and found was my boombox, and I left it in there for him. So, you know, because I don't listen to it anymore. So, here's the next quote for all of you who are listening. Be thankful for what you are now. Be thankful for what you are now. And keep fighting for what you want to be tomorrow. So let me ask you, if you had a magic wand today and you were really kind to yourself, what would you want your tomorrow to look like? All right. What is it about your tomorrow? I thought about that for myself and I said, you know what I really want? Kimmy, if you heard that noise, that was on my computer. What I thought to myself is, I really, I really want to be able to wake up in the morning and know that I don't have to live in a house that needs to be um, perfect for a showing. You know, I'm looking forward to getting the house sold and moving, and then having the rest of my life to unpack. How many of you can imagine that would be quite something? Because it's taken me a year to pack it up, it may take me the rest of my life to unpack it and decide if I want to keep it. Good to see you, Nada. I was actually talking about you today, and I really want to tell you something, Nada, that you are one of those people that really sticks in my mind as somebody who constantly wants to learn, because you always pop in and just take what you can. And I thank you for it. And Nana, thank you so much for sending me the video about the artwork. I really enjoyed it. And I realized that you hadn't seen the clock that I'd made. So that is why I thought I'd send it to you to show you I had made a clock in my time. Um, so we need women who are so strong, they can be gentle. So educated, they can be humble. So fierce that they can be compassionate. So passionate that they can be rational. And so disciplined that they can be free. Wow, Nada, I think that is perhaps one of the nicest things I have heard. Nada's saying, I love learning, especially from you and the chat. You know, I work quite hard, Nada, to try and find things that I believe everybody may want some growth in. And each week, you know, I must admit I cheat a lot on this one, Nada, because I actually ask God for guidance. What is it He would like me to talk about? And I just sit and wait until He tells me. And then today, now this is I argue with God. I don't know if any of you do, but I actually had a bit of an argument with Him today, because when I said, "What do you want me to talk about this evening?" I got the word gentle back, and I'm going, no, 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 it's not Sunday, God, it's Friday. You know, I do Soul Sunday stuff on Sundays. And He said, you asked me a question. What do I want you to talk about today? And it's about being gentle. And I went, okay, not going to mess with that then. Which is why you've got like a Soul Sunday talk on a Friday evening. The gentle word, a kind look, a good-natured smile can work wonders and accomplish miracles. A gentle word, a kind look, a good-natured smile can work wonders and accomplish miracles. And by the way, if anybody has given you any of those, you know, make sure you thank them. It's like I'm saying that, you know, it was funny, Nana, because when I looked at what you sent me, I thought, okay, fine. Yep. And then I went, oh, that's what she meant. It was a clock. And then I thought, I thought I'd shown people that I had made clocks, but apparently not. I've made about 4 now, Nana, just so that you know that. For those of you who don't know, I'm into art, and it's sort of all over my house. Wherever you look, my whole house is full of artwork. Uh, and I must admit, I was quite stunned when my oh, Nana, I have an answer for you. You asked me in something you sent me. You said something about you really wanted to know. I don't know what to make cells with WD-40. I make cells with WD-40. I make cells with hair serum. I make cells with Rain-X. I make cells with olive oil. I make cells with body oil. I make cells with almost anything. You see, it's not about what do you use, it's learning. It is learning the proportions and what it needs to feel like. And you also, Nana, if you want to create this sort of stuff, know that it's going to take a while, right? It takes a lot of practice. And the day I use a heat gun, I also use a hairdryer. Yeah, Nana has lots of creativity. That isn't a problem for Nana. But I can't give you the magic pill. I can't say to you, do this exactly. And I don't think there is anybody that can, because you have to sort of get a feel for it. And I actually did some this week because I was actually, have you seen those ones where they swipe? Um, okay. Oh, you made one. There you go. Yes, I saw you did the copy of the YouTube one that you sent me, the one with the uh, trees. I saw you copied that one and it looked great. Well done. All right, so be truthful, be gentle, and be fearless. All right? Be gentle, be truthful, be gentle, and be fearless. Do you think you're a truthful person? You know, just think about that. Do you think you're truthful? When people say, "Do you want to come out on Friday?" Are you truthful about that, or do you lie about it a lot? Um, do you think that you're gentle with yourself? Think about that. And are you fearless? Right. So Nada's saying she tries her best to be, yes, to be truthful. I have found that I'm getting, hi, Erin. Good to see you, honey. Erin, we have a new person with us today, Vicky. And just a heads up on this one, she just lost her mum. And I know that you will relate to that, although yours, passed a while ago, but just so that you know. All right. So I'm finding that I am getting more and more truthful as time goes on. I think because I've got less time left on the world in some ways. There's like I might as well just tell the truth. So how do you like this one? Be soft. Don't let the world make you hard. Do not let pain make you hate. Do not let the bitterness steal your sweetness. So think about that. Be soft. I'm learning that one. I'm working on that one. Be soft. Don't let the world make you hard. Something happened to me this week. And I want to tell you that it would have been the easiest thing in the world for me to get really angry with what happened and just, cut people out of my life because it was so made me so angry. And I went, wait a minute, that's an emotion. And what we're all learning this year, oh, got an itch. What we're all learning this year is emotion is on us, right? It's not somebody else's stuff, it's on us. If it's emotional, it's our stuff. So nobody can make us emotional. We do it to ourselves. And so I went, okay, so I need to control this emotion because what do I want to do? I want to be I want to stand up for myself. I think they treated me badly. And so what I did is I told them. This was something I was doing online. And I said, I think you guys treated me pretty badly. I just thought I should mention that. And I'm sad about that. And then this whole group of men came back and saying, what do you mean? We treated you badly. And I don't understand why you would be sad. And I said, no, I'm sure you wouldn't because you're male. But I am sad, and that's my stuff. But the reason I'm sad is because I really think you treated me badly. And so I just wanted to say that I need you to know I felt it. Well, I don't see how we treated you badly. I said, then let me explain. And how many of you know I did publicly? But the interesting thing was I wasn't rude to them. I wasn't rude. I wasn't angry. I just told them my truth. This is what hurt me. And then I said, I understand that hurt is my stuff, but this is what happened and why it hurt me. And I said, I work really hard, to support you guys. And I didn't like what you did. And I just thought you should have the right to know that. Now, they could have booted me out right there and then because I'm a troublemaker, right? But, I didn't think that they would. And you know why? Because I am a really good player and I don't think they want to see me go necessarily. They're just going to have to learn to deal with my honesty. And so I wonder whether you get the fact that sometimes you do need to just tell your truth. If somebody hurts you, or if you are hurt by something that somebody says, it's okay. Erin's saying she got it badly this Mother's Day really kicked her butt. It was harder than it has been in the past. Yes, some years will be like that, Erin, from my experience. You think you are past it. All right. You think you're past it, and then suddenly, that hits you over the head with a 2x4 again. And that is perfectly normal, honey. It just means that I talk about Jones, the librarian in your head or my head. He's just still processing things and still filing important bits away. And every Mother's Day, he'll open up that drawer, unfortunately. When I say unfortunately, he'll open up the drawer and you'll feel that emotion. So big hugs to you, Erin. Um, and thank you for being honest about that, because you see, it helps others when they can see that they're not alone in their pain. Now, this one is really interesting. It says, not all wounds are so obvious. Walk gently in the lives of others. One of the things that I said to my online group that I was playing with when I was explaining that I had felt hurt, I said to them, I understand that I may be a little bit more sensitive than normal because of this, business of selling my house. But it is still true that your actions, were unusual. Yeah, you see, Nana's saying that as well, right? I think anybody that has lost a loved one, be that, I, I, Nana, can I ask you a really strange question? I know how you felt about Little Joe. Little Joe was Nana's dog, and I keep having days where suddenly I will remember Bean Bean much more strongly than others. I don't know whether he's up there in doggy heaven, and every now and then he's barking at me, going, "Do you remember me?" Because and I will feel this incredible sadness for Bean Bean. And I know some of you are really dog people, and it's just the wave, all right, coming back. It's just, I believe, yeah, I actually believe he's up there going, "Excuse me, did you forget me already?" And I go, "No, no. How could I forget you, Bean Bean? I got viewers that haven't been able to forget you." How about this for a really nice idea? Be gentle to all and stern with yourself. I actually think that I am starting to be more gentle with myself. I think I've been stern with myself all my life, and I think it's time to give me some slack now. Yes, Erin, I think that's very okay for me to repeat that, Erin, just so that I know. Hi, Nyasha. Okay, so Nana's saying about little Joe, her cute little white fluffy thing, said, for sure, sometimes I think I see him. Then when I eat ice cream, I look to give him the end of it. Yeah, and the end of the pepperoni. Yes, isn't that, amazing? Yes, thank you, Nada. Now, Nada's saying amen to that, Sal. Cut yourself some slack. I tell you what, Nada, how about you and I do a deal? Would that be okay? I will promise you that I will cut myself as much slack as you cut yourself, and then some. Because I have a feeling, Nada, that you would wish to cut me a lot more slack than you ever give yourself. It feels different, doesn't it? Right? You see, you guys, I noticed that you guys are so kind to me. And sometimes I wonder if you're as kind to yourself. You know, you give me permission not to do a broadcast when you know there's something wrong. You are so kind to me, and I keep wondering, I wonder if you're that kind to yourself. I hope so. Because if you are, you're looking after yourself and you're being gentle with yourself. I will love you as the sea loves, in gentle waves and ferocious storms. How many of you understand? How many of you understand that life is not all about the gentle waves on the pure white beach? All right. Nada, I think I think you got the 2x4 very nicely. Well done. Oh, you're gonna try. We don't have that expression here, Nada. We either do things or we don't. You know, so make up your mind. Fine. How many of you can just see that attitude going on? Fine. Love it. So do you understand that the sea is gentle waves on a Bahamian beach, one way, but you know it's also the ferocious storm that can kill people. And so life has its moments. You know, it's not all gentle lapping waves on the beach. You know, unfortunately, life is life, and the more gentle. That made you laugh, Nada. You hate it when I'm right, right? Which one? The one about the sea? Erin? Erin's saying, I love that quote. I'm going to send it to my dad. Yeah, with a hug from me, if you will. Mahatma Gandhi said, in a gentle way, you can shake the world. I like to think that in our own little way, we shake the world here. How many of you agree with me? You know, it's not about massive number of people. It's about in our own little way. I believe we shake the world because I believe we take the time to work with people who want to grow a little. And you know, I just want to say that I am so grateful to you all that you come back and that you learn more. And then I know just by virtue of that as human nature, the more you learn, the more you will help others learn. How about culture makes us all gentle? Do you think that? Hi, Marie. Good to hear. Marie. Marie. Now, Marie, you're the Marie that had the thing with the creepy guy this week, right? I got a question for you. I really have a question for you, but I need permission to tell you a story before I have the question. So if you don't want the story repeated, just let me know. Oh, and meet Vicky. Vicky is new to us, and by the way, her mum just passed. So you have okay. So Marie, just correct me where I get it wrong. So Marie's out walking her dogs, and some guy was he? I think he was in a car or something. He slows down and he says to her, "What are you doing?" And she said, "Well, I'm out walking my dogs." And he said, "Where do you live?" Okay, he was in a truck. I got that right. Okay, the two brain cells are going in the right direction today. So, so then he asked her, "Where do you live?" Ah, that's so cute. And Erin, I'll get back to you on that one. All right. And the funny thing that was now, Marie, the question that I have is that the next thing you said when you were typing that was that you then got in your car and you had 911 on speed dial in case you needed it. My question was, If you walked back to your house, why did you not go into your house? Why did you get into your car? Because to me, that was so weird. I went, "Wait, why did she do that? Why did she get into the car?" I think getting into the car was more dangerous. Well, thanks, Nyasha. I appreciate that. Yes, Nada's saying she had a similar situation. I gather that Marie was pretty close to her house at the time. But I could really feel how terrified you were, Marie, when I read it. Yes, and so Marie, would you what did you answer when he said, "Where do you live?" All right, when he said that, you walked quickly away from his car. Yes. Um, Now, were you walking small dogs or big dogs? You were ready to start yelling and running to a neighbor's house, but you got in your car. That's what completely floored me. I went, "Isn't that interesting?" Did you get in the car to get away from him? Yes, well done. Marie said she looked him straight in the eyes and said, "It's none of your business." Absolutely. That is exactly the answer I would recommend. That is none of your business where I live. No, the guy was in a truck, Nada. And the dogs she was walking were not German shepherds or Rottweilers. They were small dogs. So, it was a very scary situation for her, but fascinating to me that you got in the car. Okay, so wait a minute. I didn't get into any car. I wasn't close to my house. Ah, you actually said the Chihuahuas. That isn't even a dog. That's a wannabe dog. uh, um, no, Nyasha, that's interesting. Nyasha, if you said to somebody, "What happened? You want to kill me or something?" That is escalating the problem. That is making the problem worse, honey. That's not being gentle. All right. Yeah, I think great idea, Nana. I would walk across, get the license plate number, and say, "I really think you need to leave right now. If not, I'm calling the cops." Yeah, and that's a lovely. I love the way Nana worded that. She said, "And that's what I hope to say." All right, doesn't mean that she'll be able to do it. You grabbed. You already had the pick of his license plates. Well done, Marie. I'm very, very proud of you. The other thing that's a really good idea is to pretend that you just phoned somebody and actually say to them, "I've got this guy and he's asking me strange questions. His license plate number is," and then repeat it. All right. Even if you haven't got through to somebody, pretend that you have. "Yeah, I know it is really creepy. And I just need you to know this is where I am." Yeah, exactly. So, yes. But Nyasha, we're trying to help you here. Do you understand why that would have made the situation worse? To say to somebody, "What are you trying to do? Kill me or something?" Boy, I want to tell you, if that was his intent, that could trigger him to do it right there and then. The answer could be yes. All right. So I wouldn't recommend that. I'm not saying that it's right or wrong. I just wouldn't recommend it. Do you understand what the word escalate means? You're making it worse. By saying, "What do you want to do? Kill me?" You're actually making the tension worse. You're not calming it down. Yeah, people with anger. Yes. I just hope that you understand it. All right. So, Marie, the YouTube has blocked your comment. Let me just see why. Let me read it first. Please don't release it yet, moderators. Let me read why. Okay. So, what Marie is saying is that there have been issues with um, bad stuff happening. Let me put it that way. I've got to be careful what I say because otherwise YouTube will nuke the video or even me. So you can understand that if she had bad things happen in her area, she had every reason to be cautious. Well done, Marie. Erin's saying, "Hey, Chihuahuas are dogs. Rocky would be offended, and so would your new baby." I know that, but to me, you understand. I think a Chihuahua is growing up to be a dog. You know, it really is very. They are wonderful dogs. I know people who absolutely adore them. I didn't mean to be really disrespectful of all Chihuahuas. they are they are quite chirpy little things, right? All right. So Marie is saying that I was hoping I could walk my dogs without too much worry, but apparently not. No, I think your worry is also part of it. Yeah, I want to tell you that if you said that to somebody here in especially in America, somebody might pull out a gun and just shoot you just for the hell of it. It's really weird, Nyasha. It's people are really strange these days. All right, Nyasha, maybe somebody other than myself can explain that to you. Because what you're doing is you're giving them a direct question as to what it is. You're almost accusing them. And I know that if you push against somebody, they're going to push back. You know, I think the better answer is to be able to say, you know, I just need you to know I got your plate number and I've already, you know, contacted the police. So my recommendation is that you get out of here right now. I think so as well, Marie. Marie is saying I probably would have gotten taken out if I'd said, "Are you going to kill me?" I'm afraid that I have to agree with you because it could have snapped him into aggressive behavior. Yeah. So anyway, but you know, it's just like I don't think there is a right answer. I think you did a wonderful job, and Marie, thank you for talking about it because it helps us all think about what would you do in this circumstance. All right. The next quote is an Iranian proverb, and it says, "A gentle hand may lead even an elephant by a hair." Right? Sometimes the sugar works better than anger. Right? Yeah, Nyasha, your anger, what we're trying to warn you of is sometimes your anger could end up getting you into more trouble than you want. And Maria is saying, from moving down to this town, I've learned to watch everything I say and how I say it. Yes, there are an awful lot of people that have got guns that just, you know, or already, you know, they're probably high on something or weird. Um, so, you know, you need to be really careful. All right. And Ned is saying a lot of people have mental health. Yeah, we all have mental health and drug problems. All right. Um, Not a good combination with anger and a weapon. Be safe out there. Yes, be safe out there. Go for safety rather than winning the battle. Yes, and I think that is the thing that we're all trying to warn you of, Nyasha, is that you know I understand that you can be fairly aggressive back and angry, but you know you need to be thinking really straight. Your thinking needs to be how do I get out of here? Not how do I win this battle? How do I accuse him? How do I get to be sarcastic? How do I get myself safely out of here? And I think we had some really good suggestions. Well done, everyone. I'm proud of you for that. Erin said, Oh, Aaron's saying, I've sent you a picture of my new baby that my dad's girlfriend got him. She's so adorable, the same breed as Rocky. Okay, she's a Chihuahua as well. I apologize to all Chihuahua owners at this point. And who knows, I might end up owning one, Aaron. How about this quote? I love this. It says, the ones who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones that do. You see, if I didn't know, if I didn't even think, at one point that I believe there are people out there that I could help. I just don't want to do it in a sort of lecturing sort of way. I just want to talk about how I live my life, and maybe it will help people. And it's really funny because I guess it was pretty arrogant of me in a way. But I look at it and, like 1.25 million views later and going, I guess it's helped some people. And so I think, Marie, that it is so sad that you had to have that experience. And I don't know if you have the ability to actually get to a therapist or anything. I don't know if you have that on your medical, but you might want to go and talk that out with a therapist, because that is like an invasion of your safety. And I think that's probably something you might want to talk out with somebody if you have that ability. Or it's a really good thing to talk out, because maybe they can give you some help as well on that one. I was reading this week. Did you know that Richard Branson is a really shy guy, and that he had to teach himself to be an extrovert? And then I was also reading that Elton John said that he was so grateful for music because he actually is a very shy person, and his music allowed him to be with people and enjoy it. You know, he found, and I totally related to what he said, that he can sit and talk to you if it's 7,000 people in the audience as I can, but he didn't want to do it one on one. He isn't good at that. And so right. And so, I've said a lot when I've been doing leadership training, be very careful of the people who you think are very confident. They can be some of the most gentle people that you know. And they actually come out talking because it is their defense mechanism. If I talk enough, it'll keep people away. Well done, Marie. I'm very proud of you. All right. But maybe if you can't get to therapy, write it out and say, how did you feel? Get into the emotion of it. I felt I felt scared. And then give yourself, it's okay to feel scared. It was a scary moment. Just literally talk your way through it. It's a very good thing to do. And if you need some help, we'll be here. How about this quote? A man or woman without vision for his future always returns to his past. We were talking a bit at lunchtime about how do you let go of the past. And one of the ways that you let go of the past is to have a future. You need to be, if you can, working towards something rather than running away from something. And you will find that when you are working towards something, I find it fascinating that Jody did a really good job of when she wanted to support me earlier, and she started to do the leg lifts because she couldn't walk, but she could do leg lifts. And I thought about that, and I thought, gosh, isn't it incredible that she managed to look forward to what she could do? And in doing that, she now is up to being able to do 100 leg lifts. I don't think I could do 10. So Jody, very impressive, and you did it one step at a time or one lift at a time, if necessary. And I am just very, very amazed at what you have done. All right, Erin's saying, I don't see you with a chihuahua right now. I see you need something big. Right? And you're going, but I know I'll find something you can play with. Yes, I do think I need another dog. Jody's saying, thank you for the inspiration. Well, it was not my intent to give you that inspiration, but I'm very glad that I did, Jody, because that inspired me back. By the way, I promise you guys that I will keep, letting you know how I'm doing. And the interesting thing is I've hit a bit of a plateau, and I know it's okay, and I'm being gentle with myself. But it is interesting that I've hit this plateau. Just hold on one second. I'm just trying to get the rain. So this is what happened to me. I don't know if you can see this, but all right, this is where I had this tremendous weight gain in a very short space of time. But as you can see, I'm on my way down. The angle is still down rather than up. But can you see how just in the last couple of weeks I've started to plateau? I've started going that way. But the good news is it's not going up. Kimmy's saying, I've been exercising a little bit, but I forgot to write it down. That's quite all right, Kimmy. All we're doing is trying to keep ourselves going in the right direction. You see, I'm being gentle with myself. It's okay to plateau. It's way better than going back up. You carry on plateauing if you need to. By the way, I've started getting a sugar need again. And I'm wondering, if any of you could let me know, is increased stress a sugar trigger? And the reason that I'm asking you, what app is that? That is Fitbit. It's for my watch. So now it can relate to craving sugar. All right. Maria's saying nightly walks have been your new thing. We walk a mile per night. Yes, that's awesome. Stress hormone released will cause that. Okay. The first warning sign I had that even though I feel perfectly calm at the moment, or I think I do, about the selling my house, you will see that my nails are looking good. Okay. But look what happened on the other hand. I've managed to chew the thumbnail. I've managed to chew this nail, and I managed to chew this one. So that's when I realized I'm not quite as stress-free as I think I am. And I think that's why I went for sugar this week. And so now I'm learning to tell myself it's okay. You'd be very unusual if you weren't a tad stressed. Now, the trick is, how are you going to limit your sugar? Because it's very easy to go on a sugar jag. So I don't know if this makes any sense, but at the same time, and I don't believe in coincidences, at the same time, I found in my trailer a bag of imperial mints. All right. And I thought, boy, you know something? I think I'm going to keep those. I don't think I'm going to throw them away. So that when I get a sugar, jag, that I will just have one imperial mint, and and not go for oodles of sugar. Maria's asking, Mama Sal, does painting your nails help you not bite? I found that it did. I used to bite my nails all my life. And I actually use a product called Sally Hansen Diamond. But I don't put it on all the time because I don't need to, all right? Because my nails are so strong now. But obviously, it's time for me to start putting them back on again. The problem I have, Marie, is that nail polish and acrylic paint don't mix well together. It's very difficult to get. It's very difficult to get it off when you're painting with acrylic. So I stopped putting it on when I started painting with acrylic. Nana uses it now as well. All right, so Jody, or maybe I should do that. I'm very interested to find out what the damage is if I eat an imperial mint. So let's find out, people. Let's be gentle with ourselves and find out. What do I want? Nutritional. Imperial mint. Now, in case you don't know what an imperial mint is, don't want to presume that everybody knows that. It's one of those little round mints, and it's hard. Okay. It's 25 calories. Now, I could eat a lot of stuff that would be 2 of them. I could have 2 for 25 calories, people. And it's no carbs, no fat, and no protein. Thank you, God. So, you see, it was a good choice. The other thing I found... No, I'll get them for you. Hold on a sec. These are imperial mints. Everybody got it clear in their head now? 25 calories for 2. Yep. Now, I think within the last week as well, I found that I suddenly had a bag of caramel corn. Scotch mints. Yes, some people call them Scotch mints. That's true. I had a bag of caramel corn, and I was halfway through it before I thought, that's interesting. Why am I suddenly having a bag of caramel corn? Nada's saying her grandmother always has those mints on her table. Yes. Does she have European background? And Maria's saying, I've never seen those before. They don't come in this jar. All right, so they normally come in a packet. You can get them at the dollar store, actually. And I just happen to have a big packet of them in the trailer for some reason. Oh, that's interesting. Nana says that hers did too. Okay, so you can pick them up at the dollar store if you're going to have them. But what I thought was, is German European? Yes, very differently. If she has European background, yep. I think it's a very European thing for some reason. I don't know why. Scotch mints, maybe that's why. Imperial mints is what I was taught. Yeah. So the thing is this, be careful of your teeth though, because they are hard and you just need to suck on them a while to get rid of the very hard coating on the outside, and then it gets really yummy inside. Right, now this is this is a quote that I'm trying to learn, and I'm not doing well on it yet, people. So take a deep breath. I'd like to know if anybody shares my concern on this next quote, which is, if you can't be kind, be quiet. Yes, you can get them green as well. That's true. The spearmint ones. Okay, let me write that because that's a different flavor. You get regular mint or spearmint, and I think the spearmint ones are green. Very good, Nada. I tell you, I got such clever people. All right, listen to this one. How do you like this? Live without pretending. Love without depending. Listen without defending. Speak without offending. I can do some of those. Yeah. I just wanted to just take a moment to say that Tim Conway, who was with Carol Burnett for so many years, he just passed away. And, Jody said to me that she purposely went and re-looked at Tim Conway doing his thing about being a dentist, which is, if you want to laugh, that is a really good thing to, a good skit to look at. But you know something, Jody, you told me to have a look at the World War II bomber pilot thing, and I had never seen that. And for some reason, that is one skit I have never seen before. And I just laughed like an idiot on that one. Thank you so much for sharing that with me. Yes. So I'm glad you enjoyed it, right? Live without pretending. Don't pretend to be something you're not. It's not going to impress anybody because they're going to find out who you are anyway. Love without depending. Don't be a dependent on people. Don't think that you've got to change to make somebody love you more. And if anybody tries to change you, you just know that this isn't healthy. All right. Now when I say try to change you, I don't mean you shouldn't grow. I don't mean you shouldn't try to do better. But if they're saying you've got to lose 20 pounds or I won't love you anymore, then you get out while you can. Listen without defending. So that is when somebody attacks you, you don't have to reply. I thought the greatest quote we had in the last couple of weeks was that one that said, the word no is a complete sentence. You don't have to explain why you say no. How many of you have tried that recently? It's a really good thing. Somebody says, well, did you do X, Y, and Z? Nope. It's so difficult not to say anything else, isn't it? But just say nope. Well, why not? Don't get into defending it. Eleanor Roosevelt was very big in that. Don't defend, don't explain. Don't complain and don't explain. Jody's saying that came up a few times in conversation. Good. All right. So no is a complete sentence. I love it. If you are always trying to be normal, you will never know how amazing you can be. How about that one? If you're always trying to be normal, like everybody else, you will never know how amazing you can be. Yes, Nada, well done. Nada's saying it bothers me when people just say no and don't explain why to me. But that's my stuff. You're right, Nada, that's your stuff. You want to know, you want everybody to explain themselves. Well, they don't have to. That's your need, not theirs. All right, now this one, I didn't pass this test either, so I just need to know if anybody else, is perfect on this one, which is love all, trust few, and do no wrong. Do wrong to none. That's by William Shakespeare. Love all, trust few, do wrong to none. I wish I could say that I could say yes to that, but I can't. Yeah, something, being gentle with yourself is a very difficult thing to learn, Nada. And I'm pretty sure, as I said, that you're much more gentle with others. So part of what I would do as an exercise is to ask yourself, if Sal had done this, what would I be telling her? Because I think you'd be a lot more gentle with me than you are on yourself. And I think anybody in the chat today who has at any time been hurt in some way, it makes it difficult for us to trust people. All right. And therefore, we're inclined to defend before we learn how to love. All right. I don't know if any of you relate to that, but if somebody has hurt you, then you will probably find it more difficult to open yourself up to people and to be trusting of everybody. And I'm not suggesting that you should trust everybody. I think that you know you need to be who you are. Right. So obviously a couple of you understand what I'm talking about. It doesn't say who said this, but it's a great quote. It says, "I am a writer, so anything you say or do may end up in a story." I can remember, yeah, it's like when I decided I was gonna do what I do, I can remember somebody, I think it was Nana, saying to me, "So you're gonna make money out of our stories?" I went, I no, I just think that it's very important for us all to discuss our stories, in as much as I think when we talk about it, if you hear that this is the stress I went under in a 2-hour, 3-hour period this afternoon, I think we can all learn by that. Right? We don't have to stress out on it, but we can find ways of lessening the stress. So, to me, this is about, I think when we tell our stories, we learn more. Okay. Yes, Erin. Erin's saying, "Oh, I need to work." If you can't be kind, be quiet. I need to work on that one big time. I know you and I both, Erin. So let's work on that, all right? All right, so Niesha's saying, "I've always had a problem saying things without explaining it. Feels incomplete to me if I don't. And I think others do expect that of me, but now I'm going to give them the answer without explanation." Let us know how it goes for you, Niesha. You save so much time, by the way. Um, right, Nada's saying I over explain. That's why I want others to explain more to me. I know, Nada. That's your need to control the world, right? And I really like this quote. It said, "A writer," and it's a noun, and it said, "A peculiar organism capable of transforming caffeine into books." um, yes, Nada. That's exactly what I said about you today, Nada. Nada's saying, "I want to not be like that, and that's why I'm here, Sal." I was saying that today about you, Nada, that I know you're trying to learn. I know that from the very bottom of my soul, because you keep coming back for the next installment, right? It's like Nyasha. I know Nyasha is really trying to learn, and I'm amazed what you guys have done with the little bit of information that I've been able to share with you. All right, so look at that. You see, Erin saying that she can't type the quotes fast enough. Um, Erin, if you continue to tell me, I could probably take a screenshot of them and then send them to you. How would that work for you? If you tell me which ones you want. I've got a computer, my tablet, and my phone here. So I am pretty sure that I could actually do that. I actually wanted to say that I have really enjoyed finding these quotes every week. And every week I try and find them around a different topic, and it's really interesting to do. Yes, so true, Nada. And Nyasha, she's saying in Nyasha, even if people aren't in the chat, I know there are more watching replays that we help. Yes, I know that too. So, this is not about feeling badly. This is about enjoying the reality. I like J.K. Rowling, of Harry Potter. That's it, Sal. I knew that this bit was part of it. Harry, J.K. Rowling said, "I am a writer and I will write what I want to." How about that for a strong statement? Erin's saying, "Jody, somehow I knew you were going to say something like that. Yes, please." And that's why I love you. That's why we all love her, Erin. All right, Nyasha is saying, "I'm finding myself within that same scenario. I used to explain all things, and now it's like it's none of their biz." And you can lose a lot of people by this, but I don't care anymore. Well done. You are growing, Nyasha. And Jody's saying, "Erin, big heart, and then big hugs. We help each other." Oh, okay, so Kimmy's saying, I've been tested by 2 family members in the last couple of days, so these quotes are helping. I'm glad to hear it. All right, let me go back a bit because I didn't want to get into writing things. I got into writing quotes for some reason. So now then, here's a nice little quote. Sometimes wrong helps us find the right. Have any of you found that? Have any of you found that you did something wrong and in doing it incorrectly, you went, wait a minute. And then it was like a light bulb went on. Yeah, nothing relates to that. Yeah, I've done that so much in my life. It's the same way as I am definitely I I am one of those people where I don't like things beating me. And I don't mean beating me because I'm hyper competitive. It's not about that. It's like if something goes wrong, I want to find how to make it go right. Nyasha, I was talking about you this week, and I was saying that it is incredible how much you have learned and the things that you have done to teach yourself in the time that I've known you, or any of us have known you. And you know that these some things you had to really, um, you really had to, you know, go into the internet and really learn some stuff. And I really think it's wonderful what you have done. And Isabel, it's like, you're another one that you keep coming back, and I know you're just learning bit by bit, and I'm so glad that it helps. I am so glad that it helps. So I think that it is really important to understand that we are responsible for ourselves. We were talking at lunchtime about what is it to be adult. And I thought this was a really nice quote in terms of this whole understanding that we are adults and we need to look after ourselves. This is, I'm a strong woman. I don't sit around feeling sorry for myself, nor do I let people mistreat me. I don't respond to people who dictate to me or try to bring me down. If I fall, I will rise up even stronger because I am a survivor and not a victim. I am in control of my life, and there is nothing I can't achieve. Isn't that amazing? How many of you can say, I do not sit around feeling sorry for myself? Can any of you say that? I must admit, I'm getting much, much stronger on that now. I think I'm over the worst of that hurdle. I don't spend a lot of time feeling sorry for myself anymore. I used to. I don't mind admitting it. I also do not let people mistreat me anymore. I am very strong on that now. If I think somebody is mistreating me, I call it for what it is. And I expect them to get angry with me because nobody wants to hear that. And then, Nyasha, I work hard at not replying. I let them attack me and I just don't answer it because I expect it. All right. I know that if I tell a truth, the chances are people are going to react strongly, and I expect that now. I don't, but I know the best thing I can do is not to react to whatever they say. It's just their reaction, not mine. I'm only responsible for my behavior, not theirs. So don't respond to people who dictate to me. How many of you have seen me do that when people tell me what I should do or must do or have to do? I go, no, I don't. I really don't. Okay, so Ned is saying, yes, because of you, when I feel self-guilt, self-shame, self-pity, etc., I replace it by doing things that give me self-love, self-care, and support. Again, to the best of my ability. That's all anybody can ask of you, Nada. Wow. I am so happy to hear that. Do you hear me when you're beating up on yourself? Do you hear me going, excuse me? Yes, Kimmy's saying, what I have chosen to do is to walk away. Well done. Niasha's saying, Sal, don't laugh. But I'm scared of my growth because I continue to be this way. And I'll be lonely, but I do realize something. I've been pleasing friends instead of myself. Yeah, we understand that one, Niasha. We've all been there, right? Oh, Erin's saying, I should never miss a broadcast. With quotes, they help me so much. Actually, of all the broadcasts, as I'm doing very much in the overwhelmed recently, and I heard someone today say, breathe. Just breathe, Erin. Yeah. Okay, no problem, Kimmy. Great to see you. Thank you for being here. So I would really recommend, Erin, sometimes like now you might want to put on the playlist of the Soul Sunday talks, because maybe that will help you, when you go to sleep, to just relax a lot more. All right, so Niasha saying, I am determined to never let this happen to me again because depression hurts, and thank God I am no longer there. I want to tell you something, Niasha. The fact that you battled your way out of depression tells me how much work you've done, because that's not easy. It's much easier to stay there and just feel sorry for yourself. So I am very proud of you for the work that you have done in that. Now here's another one. Her, Nana, her father has stage 4 cancer, I believe. That's pretty stressful for her, obviously. Okay, so all right. If all right. Um, a strong woman stands up for herself. A stronger woman stands up for everybody else. Now, here's a nice balancing one, everybody. A strong woman is one who feels deeply and loves fiercely. Her tears flow as abundantly as her laughter. A strong woman is both soft and powerful. She is both practical and spiritual. A strong woman, in her essence, is a gift to the world. So I would say to all of you that I think that when you can give yourself permission to both cry and laugh, it's a really good thing. Vicky was, talking about the loss of her mum. It's okay to cry, because do you know about the cycle of loss, Vicky? I just want to double check. Because it's a really important thing to understand, whether it's about a loss such as the one you've had, or sometimes it's even the might. Yeah. Okay. So if you understand about that cycle of loss, then you are ahead of the game. And you will know that it will hit you at different times, and you'll think you're through it, and you'll swing back again. And it's just all the stuff being processed. And so be gentle with yourself on that one. One of the things that I found helped me, Vicky, was that I found a place to cry. Wherever possible, I would definitely go and go. I feel really sad right now, and I'd go and shower so that I could cry. Um, I was very clean for quite a while. So I think it's really important that we give ourselves permission. The other thing is to remember it's okay to laugh. right? Even if you are in mourning, even if you are sad, it is okay to laugh. Now, Audrey Hepburn said that I believe in being strong when everything seems to be going wrong. I believe that happy girls are the prettiest girls, and I believe that tomorrow is another day, and I believe in miracles. Wow, I love that. All right, so Niesh is saying, but what if somebody hits you with a direct insult? And yes, it's their issues, not yours, but won't that hurt you as a person and do something to your ego? Yeah, I absolutely. That's what I was saying happened to me this week, Niasha. All right. Somebody actually, did something that I thought was wrong. So I didn't get nasty. I merely said to them, I just want to say that what just happened, I found that it hurt me. All right. And it's okay to say that, knowing that the hurt is mine, not theirs. Um, and I said, I actually think that you treated me badly, and I just need you to know that. And I didn't tell them they had to know why, because if they weren't interested to ask me how they had done that, then obviously we weren't going to get very far. And so they said to me, in what way? And so I told them. And, it's really important that you learn it's okay to do that. A man would never say what, Nana? I just want to see what you're saying that a man would never say. I just want to make sure that I understand what's going on here. You're saying a man would never say, "Oh, you hurt me"? I've um, okay. I disagree with that. I've had a man say that, and I think it's okay. I was very grateful. I wanted to know how. Yeah, I said to him, "Good for you. Thank you. I'm so grateful that you told me that. How did I do it?" And then we'd have a discussion about, did I really hurt him or did he hurt himself? And that was the rest of the conversation. Never apologize for being a powerful woman. All right. So that's an interesting one. We're talking about being gentle with ourselves. And I think what happens to us quite often, we get this mixed up. We think that we need to be pathetic. That's not being gentle, is not being pathetic. Gentle is being kind to yourself. And so I just want to make sure that we understand. All right, Maria's saying she's signing off early, starting to get a headache. Good night, guys. Good night, Marie. Thank you for talking about through the situation with you. It's a pleasure, Marie. I really thank you, because I want to tell you, when I read that story, I had questions that, I tried to put them in the right order and it didn't make sense to me. So I really appreciate it. Thanks, Marie. Continue to look after yourself. Well done. And continue to write about it so you can understand where you felt the fear. It's a very important thing. Be that strong girl that everybody knew would make it through the worst. Be that fearless girl that would dare to do anything. Be that independent girl who doesn't need a man. Be the girl who never backed down. I'm not saying that you never need a man. That's not true. That's not what I think this means. This means that you don't need a man to make you a whole person. You, you know, I think too many of us were taught that the man was going to fix everything for in our lives, and it isn't true. And it's not fair on men, quite honestly. And I think it's no wonder that men are pretty confused these days because women really, um, it's a difficult life. I think it's more difficult being a man today than it was 40 years ago. So how about this quote for you? Life has knocked me down a few times. It showed me things I never wanted to see. I experienced sadness and failures, but one thing's for sure. I always get up. There was a time in my life where I really didn't want to get up. There was a time in my life that I didn't think I was going to make it out of that depression. There was a time in my life where I really feared for my own life. But I always say to people, I am the most fortunate person because I was so scared about what could happen tomorrow. It's like, what would I miss tomorrow? Do any of you relate to that? As much as I was down and out, and I think I hit rock bottom at one stage, and it was just like, but I kept going to myself, I need to hang on because, maybe tomorrow will get better. And I kept saying that. And I kept saying it until one day I realized there was no pill in the world was going to make me better from depression. I needed to do something. That is what I was missing. I was kept thinking that the pills were going to make me better. Yeah, and Nana's saying that there have been so many times that she looked to God. Yes, because that sometimes we can't understand why we're in the place we're in. And yet, in a way, I don't know if it makes any sense to any of you, but in a way, I'm so grateful that I've been through the roller coaster that I've been through because I think that I am able to help people better because of it. Ned is saying sometimes the pill helps you get out of a rut. Yes, one of the interesting things, I'm not saying don't take the pills, because I want to tell you something. I am a great believer in, if you are, yes, exactly, that's the point I'm making. I'm not saying that the pills don't help. I'm saying that you need the pills if your chemical balance has been destroyed. If you're now in a chemical imbalance, then you need the pills to get the chemical balance back. But what I'm trying to say is the pills are there to help you survive, right? They will not cure the depression. They are there to help you get back into balance, right? To get out of depression, you have to take yourself and do things that normal people do and not sit at home and feel sorry for yourself. And you need to start practicing being able to get out and into the real world. And yes, it's a scary place out there, but that is the reality. So as somebody who's taken the pills a number of times, I spent probably a quarter of my life in quite severe depression. But I must say that I have now learned to control it, and it's a wonderful feeling. Now, how about this quote? I wonder if any of you agree with this one. A strong woman will automatically stop trying if she feels unwanted. She won't fix it or beg, she'll just walk away. I want to tell you that this thing that happened to me this week, I chose not to walk away. I chose merely to say what I thought was wrong and then let people get angry with me and not overreact and walk away. I didn't need to walk away. I thought I'd give them the chance to prove differently if they wanted to. And I said to myself, what I'm going to do is give them another month. If in another month, they're still doing this sort of stuff, then I will walk away. But I don't need to walk away just out of anger. I will walk away knowing I gave them a chance. Angela Jolie said, I'm not a difficult woman at all. I'm simply a strong woman and I know my worth. And it's very important to understand that. You know, did I tell you what happened? Did I? Obviously you did, Nanny. Yeah. Um, and if you want to hear it on the replay, that's why we have a replay. So you can catch it then. And I think I actually spoke about it as well at lunchtime. How about this one? How many of you agree with this one? Think about this. Beneath every strong, independent woman lies a broken little girl who had to learn how to get back up and never depend on anyone. Why are you sorry, Nana? No need to be sorry. Just the answer is yeah. Yeah, Vicky, I was thinking about that it's not that I don't think you should depend on anybody, because I think the greatest love is to be able to depend on somebody because they've proven themselves to be dependable. That's just my feeling. So I don't think that you should not depend on anybody. I think that you just need to be slow about trusting that they are dependable. And as I think it was Jody who said earlier that, you give them a few chances and see if they are. Jennifer Lopez said that doubt is a killer. Doubt. You just have to know who you are and what you stand for. All right? Yes, Aaron, and that is also true, right? Aaron's saying that's so absolutely true. We are all broken. It's just what we choose to do with those pieces that matter. Yeah, I think so. And I think we all crave love, don't we? But it's not at all costs. And that's the lesson I had to learn, which was, I was not prepared to change that much again. I was not prepared to become codependent for the sake of love. No, not again. The world needs strong women, women who will lift and build others, who will love and be loved, women who live bravely, both tenderly and fiercely, women of domitable, oh, that's such a difficult word for me, will. So look at it and understand that we choose, as I was saying at lunchtime, we choose every day what we're going to do with today. Do you want to be stronger tomorrow? Because if so, wake up tomorrow and going, I'm going to be stronger today. And my question would be, what would you need to work on to be stronger? I can assure you that, as I wake up each morning knowing that I'm going to do a showing tomorrow, you can imagine when I wake up tomorrow, the goal will be not to panic. The goal will be that I plan getting up early enough so I don't have to panic. Panic will be a choice. I know what I need to do. I know what time it needs to be ready. I know I need to go to lunch. So, what do I need to have in place so I do not panic? Does that make sense? So sometimes the whole reason to keep control is to be able to control the things we can. Now, Erin, you cannot control what's happening to um, your daddy. Um, that is God stuff, right? Only God can control that. You can't, Erin, but you can know that you have done your best to spend your time wisely, and I know that you're doing that. I don't think that it is spending your time wisely to get angry or feel frustrated because of what you can't do. I think it's far more productive is to just wake up every morning and going, I don't want to waste one day of my life, not talking to my daddy and not having fun chats with him. And make sure, as I've said to you before, make sure he knows all the memories that you have that made a difference to your life, all the things that he did that made you a stronger person than you were, and all the things that you have loved about him. I don't know if any of you know this, but Erin's daddy is not her real father. Well, he is, but he is her stepfather. But that is incredible that he took on the challenge to the degree that he did, and he still is doing everything he can to look after his baby girl. I think it's wonderful. I like this quote. It says that a strong woman looks a challenge dead in the eye and gives it a wink. You think you're going to beat me with that one? Think again. Yes, Nana, I know you know a lot of things, but not you are not the only person here, Nana. There are a lot of people that don't know that, so that's why I wanted to make sure. You've been around long enough to know that. The singer Pink said, "Once you figure out what respect tastes like, it tastes better than attention." How about that one? Right? Um, I ask you to, yeah, I think that's wonderful. All right, I'm not sure I understand your comment, Nana. What difference does it make? It makes him a hero. Yeah, and we all know. Okay, I'm not going to fight this one, Nana. It's not worth it to me. Erin knows what I'm speaking of. Yeah, you hear me and loud and clear. Yes, and I just think Erin, that every day you are going to value every single day. I would say that in some ways, I would say that in some ways, I am sure that we each, feel so strongly about our growth, and that every day we can look at each day and go, well, I could have done better. But the truth is, did you do your best? We go back to this, be gentle enough to do that. Um, yes, Nana, your point was that daddy is a hero. Yes. And I think everybody, that what a wonderful gift to be able to have a father who is your hero. I would say that a lot of people would love to be able to say that, and they're not all people can, but I know that Erin does. Forgive those who insult you or attack you, belittle you, or take you for granted. But more than this, forgive yourself for allowing them to hurt you. I'm going to read that again. Forgive those who insult you, attack you, belittle you, or take you for granted. But more than this, forgive yourself for allowing them to hurt you. One of the things that I try and keep track of, I'm not brilliant at it yet, and I'm working on it every day, is who did I allow to upset me today? Right? Who did I allow to get into my personal peace and upset me today? Because I am so aware now that that is my choice. That is not their doing. That is my choice to let them in that far. And if every time, yeah, I just go, okay, how did I do? Am I still feeling peaceful? Because if I am still feeling peaceful, then I've protected myself today. There is a fire in her. If loved correctly, she will warm your entire home. If abused, she will burn it down. Okay, Nana, enjoy your artwork, honey. Only hugs to Erin. Okay. Everybody else, I'll send you a hug. Right. And so she wore her scars as her best attire, a stunning dress made of hellfire. I think that one of the things we have to understand is that we all feel the fire in life. We all feel the rage of it. I cannot help but watch the news and be incensed sometimes. And then I go, if it upsets you that much, why do you watch the news? Well, I watch the news because I want to stay aware of what's going on. I don't want to be blinded to what is really going on. And then I've learned that, okay, you just turn it off for a while because this is really getting too much for you. But I still want to keep abreast of the news, and it does interest me, I must say. I had to remember that, playing a game is meant to be enjoyment. If it's making me angry, it's probably the wrong game, or I'm playing with the wrong people. And I love this quote, and I've heard it before, and I don't know who said it, but it's like, stay strong, make them wonder how you're still smiling. My whole goal with what's coming at me with selling the house is to be able to continue to be honest with you. I'm hoping that it's helping some of you. I'm hoping that when I come in here and say, okay, between the two broadcasts, this is what came at me and this is how I dealt with it. Are you finding it helpful? Not that I am perfect. That is not my goal here. I don't want to in any way for you to think that that is where I'm coming from. What I want you to see is that there's a lot of stuff coming at me at the moment. And it's choices I am making to stay in reality and not get caught up in the emotion of these things. I really have to say that when I was asked, can I do a showing at 5:30 tomorrow? There was part of me that wanted to say, no, it's not enough time. And I'm going, you're trying to sell your house, say yes. Maybe God just sent the perfect buyer and you're saying no. So say yes. And now work out what you need to do with as little stress as possible, work out what you need to do. And so this was a nice quote in terms of that. You must know that you can do this. You are strong. You will make it. Just hang on and keep believing in yourself always. I'm thinking about Vicky or Erin or anybody that's dealing with a very difficult situation at the moment. I want you to remember that this is all part of life's lesson. I think that life continues to throw these things at us to help build us and make us stronger. I really do believe that each of us has been sent to be together at this time to help one another. I don't think it's by chance at all. And that is why I find that every week I don't actually decide a lot of the topics. I literally sit very quietly and ask what should I be talking about today? And as I said, today I was going gentle. You want me to talk about being gentle today? It's not Sunday. And it was just like, really? And yet I can hear that it was helpful to Erin and it was helpful to a few other people. And so you understand it's a really good thing to trust what you hear. And that is why I do it that way. Some days I get really quite confused at the answers I get because I'm going, no, I covered that last week or 2 weeks ago. I don't want to cover that again. And then I remember, hang on a second, I asked. So if I ask, I need to listen. Isabel, I agree with you. I agree. We are very lucky. And you will hear me say time and time again over the years, I don't go looking for the viewers, right? I just sincerely believe that those that we can help will find us and that we will, in our own way, help some, not all, but we will help some. And for that, I am so very grateful. And so I really ask you all, as we go into the last couple of minutes here, to remember, if you will, that being gentle with yourself is treating yourself as kindly as you would treat me. Nada. Jody, I look at it and I look at what you have learned indirectly, and then I also look at how much you have given in return. Wow, that's, thank you. Nada's saying, I'm so glad I found you. I've been looking for you, Sal, and the helpers in chat. Thank you all. Yes, it's destiny, Nada and Yasha, right? I really do believe that. I've never gone out of my way to try and find the viewers. To me, I believe that the work we do is important, and I also believe the people who need us will find us when they need us. I don't know how, and I don't have to know how. I just know that, 6 years of doing this tells me it's amazing the people that come in and then the people who leave. And definitely, you all need to know, whatever your issues, you help other people by talking about it. All right. Everybody I know will agree with that. I do not believe that I need to be perfect to be able to help anybody. I believe I just need to be honest about how I feel about things and what's happening to me. And hopefully, you will see that I am not what I call a perfect person at all. I just happen to be able to talk about what goes on in my life better than a lot of people. Well, I want to tell you that it's my pleasure, Nada, and I have, any time that I've said I wonder whether I should continue to do this, I've had some pretty strong, reaction to carrying on. So I will continue. I did think about it, Nada, you see, and here is the interesting part. I did think about, the stress that that may come at me because of moving. Do I really want to bore you all with that? And I thought, yes, I think I do. I think people need to see that I am that human, that I, will have some pretty bad days, maybe not. Let's see. I'm taking it as a monumental exam. Do you know what I mean? I'm going, let me see how well I have learned my lessons. You want to see it, Nada. You just want to see me just lose it, right? It's okay. I understand. But I am hoping. Well, Erin, yeah, Erin saying thank you, Sal, from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for not just now, but for the last 4 years. And Erin, thank you. Yeah, thank you for being part of the last 4 years. I want to say that it is very difficult to do this without people like yourself. Yes, Nada, you want to see my journey. And I want to know whether it helped for you to see the little things that I did to get my house ready in a hurry. I want to know if you'd like me to continue to show you little bits like that are what I call the technicalities of doing this. Nada, keep doing the good work that you're doing, sweetie. And Vicky, if you're still with us there, make sure that you keep in touch if you choose to. Vicky, do you know how to find out when we do our broadcasts? I've been really bad about doing vlogs, Nada, because I just don't have time at the moment. Okay, so Vicky, the name is DearMamaSal, right? I'm pretty sure Jody will cut and paste something up for you. Yeah, she goes. See, what do I know? Jody does it so much faster than I can. I don't know how she does it, but she's so good at it. If you go to the website DearMamaSal, we did a house tour, Nada. You missed it. We did a complete house tour. But hang on a second, Nada. I will tell you what I will do. So, Vicky, if you go to that link that Jody just put up, yes, I think a week ago, I did a complete house tour. Every room in my house. I've got witnesses in this room right now. All right. If you go to that one, there is a tab at the top, Vicky, that says our broadcasts. And it shows you, it tells you exactly when we do our broadcast. And the times that are shown are all Pacific Standard Time. I don't know where you live, Vicky, so I don't know whether it's the same time with you as it is here. We did it, what, Jody, a week ago, 2 weeks ago? No, I didn't leave it up. I didn't leave it up for public. I only did it for the people that were there. But Nada, if you send me an email and tell me you want to see the house, I will send you the link so you can see it, honey. You've got to see it. It's a very personal thing. 2 weeks ago. Okay. We had something went wrong, and I said, well, let's make it fun rather than have the problem. And I did I walked through my whole house, but I've got pictures now of my whole house, so I will gladly send me the email. I'll send you the link. How's that? And for those of you who've seen it, it's amazing that I got that far, people. I really didn't think I would ever get it looking like this. And I'm so proud of myself. But now I have to go and get it ready to be shown tomorrow. So thank you all for being here. Be gentle, people. Be gentle. Please be gentle. Forgive yourself every day. Okay, you still think we'd like a commentary house tour, vlog, nudge, nudge. I did it. I just didn't leave it up. All right. And that was my choice. I don't want the whole world to see my house. All right. Does that make sense? To me, that's like, I don't mind you guys seeing it because, you're regular viewers, and I just don't know why. I just didn't want the whole world seeing my house. Call me weird. Yeah. And, if ever you want to write, Vicky, Jody's just put up that DearMamaSal@gmail.com. Thank you, Nyasha. Nyasha's saying good luck on the house sale. Thank you so much. I really believe I'm not worried about how many people. I don't want a whole lot of people necessarily coming through my house. I just need one person, the right one. The one that's going to walk in and go, wow, I love this. Where do I sign? That's the person. And that's the one I keep praying for. And that's the one that I'm pretty sure I will get. Somebody's going to walk in here and love it the way that I did. So thank you for the good thoughts. So keep me in your thoughts and prayers. Everybody, I got work to go and do. So I will chat with you on Sunday. And by Sunday, I am certain that there will be other things that will have gone on in my life that I will chat with you about. But we'll be doing Soul Sunday on Sunday. They're just around the corner. Exactly. All right. Big hugs to everybody. You can do this. You can cope, and you can be gentle with yourself. Vicky, we are here 3 times a week. Join us anytime. We'd be more than happy to have you on board. And, by coming on board and talking about your stuff, you do understand you help about others. And we thank you for that. And Nyasha, good work, honey. Keep up the good work. Isabel, keep doing what you're doing. Everybody here, thank you for being here. Thank you for caring enough to share. This is Dear Mama Sal saying, I'll see you on Sunday. Bye-bye for now.